What's up, Bottom Nation? I am going to Detroit, Minneapolis, and Toronto. Those shows are basically sold out. I think the Toronto second show, we've got a few tickets left. AshleyGavin.com and Patreon.com/WHGS to support this pod. Alex, let them know.
Huh?
Let them fucking know.
Oh, I don't think I'm hooked up.
You heard it whispering in the background. Alex says support. We can bump that up. We can just get it all fuzzy. And then this week, my friend, you've seen her open for me on the road. Chanel Ali. She is a special out. She opens for everybody huge. I mean, she's just so phenomenal. One of my favorite comedians, a Sunday school regular. And she talks about the first time she fingered a woman playing Truth or Dare. It's a great story. And Chanel just has a great, relaxing, but hilarious vibe to her. Just when you think you're warm and cozy, she says something really fucking hilarious and insane. I love that about her. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Bottoms, I hope you get absolutely railed by joy and happiness this week. Have a great week, Bottoms. Oh, listener, this episode is brought to you by my favorite Tushy, the Hello Tushy bidet. I absolutely love it because it leaves me feeling so clean. And it's sustainable. I don't use as much toilet paper for cleaning my little bum. Shop for your toilet this Brown Friday and save up to 30% off bidets and bundles. Visit hellotushy.com/WHGS and use promo code WHGS for 30% off your first order. That's hellotushy.com/WHGS for 30% off now through November 25th. Oh, hello, little bottom. You know where I rest my bottom? On a Helix mattress. Oh, I'm getting the best sleep of my life on my Helix mattress. They have 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe Collection and the newly released Helix Elite Collection. And get this, Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners in honor of Black Friday. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex and use code HelixPartner25. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
I played a spicy Truth or Dare in college, and I touched a vagina. We kissed a little, and then I was kind of like, I'm going to try DJing. And then I remember she was like, oh, Chanel. And I was like, say my name, say my name. We were just dared to kiss. And then we were
And
like,
you did extra credit.
hell yeah, hell yeah. I was like, you're not going to leave this room and tell people I just, necked with you.
Yeah.
I was worried about my reputation also. But also, I was just kind of open.
Sorry. You're fired. You're fired.
Knew it. All right, I'll see you.
The chords get us.
You tried. Were we on camera? Are we recording at that?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing because I actually kind of want to keep in there that Maddie is currently grabbing a laptop for notes that they have taken on this story.
On gay sex.
It's not
On gay
necessarily
sex.
notes, but I mean, if you want to talk about Maddie's sharing corner, this is like, I'm doing homework. I'm writing essays. This is a
Well,
report.
you really only have one job, Maddie. So I'm glad that you
What, to sleep with a woman?
to sleep with a woman.
Yeah, you know your homework.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been doing other homework. I'm like one of those nerds that are like, oh, I didn't do the homework, but I actually did do my own fun research project on like.
I didn't sleep with a woman, but I did make a full scale replica of a vulva so that when I get in there, I actually know what I'm doing. So in a way, I did sleep with a woman.
It squirts like a volcano science project.
you put baking soda and a Mentos in it, and it explodes squirt all over the place. All right.
Okay, wait, I actually do have my notes prepared, so when we get to that point.
I can't believe you have notes.
Oh, thank you. Well, they're not notes. You'll see. They're not notes, but they are like things that I need to read off of.
What are they? What program did you put these
Yeah,
notes
yeah,
in?
yeah.
this is
That's
just- it's
actually
just-
a great. Is
There's
it PowerPoint?
screenshots. There's
There's
screenshots.
screenshots of
screenshots.
notes
Yes.
that are from where?
Well, I don't want to spoil my
Oh,
corner,
okay.
but
All right.
it's
All right.
text.
you'll be excited, I think, by
Oh
what.
my God, we have flirty text in screenshot
I
form
cannot
coming
believe it.
onto the
I
pod.
It's actually, it's so much nerdier than that, but it's
It's
not.
Lex. Is it Lex?
It's not Lex.
Is it a Discord?
I mean, do you want me to tell
Just
you what
me
it is?
going down the virginity pipeline. we tried Tinder.
Tried
we went on
less
to Lex.
sexual and more nerdy.
Substack? Is it your Substack comment thread?
It's not my Substack.
Did you go to the Hogwarts store in New York City? Did you go there? Because they have a lot. You can get a butterbeer.
Honestly, going to the Hogwarts store is a great place to pick up women.
Absolutely.
I would think if you're queer,
It's magical. That's magic.
you're wearing a Hogwarts shirt.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've been to every
You're
Harry
queer-
Potter world.
You're queer coded today.
Florida, California.
Wait, were you a big Harry Potter kid?
I'm still a big Harry Potter kid. Yes.
Who was
absolutely.
your person? Were you like a Hermione?
Yeah, absolutely. I was also just a Harry fan. I liked a good orphan story. You know,
Sure, no,
a bad uncle, and you magic on him. I loved it. I was like, "You win, Harry. You win. You got out of that cupboard. You don't got to stay there. Don't let anybody keep you under the stairs." I just identified with it. But then also, I would go to the library all the time and be like, is there a book on magic? Do you have that?" And they'd be
Really?
like, "Oh, like magic tricks." I'm like, "No. It's gonna be like old and kind of burned a little bit, probably. It'll be like down a really long hallway. You have to like, it'll be dusty. We'll get a flashlight probably." And they would be like, "You got to stop coming in here."
Dude,
It's
that was such a
constant.
thing if you're a Harry Potter kid of like, I was trying to like make parchment of getting like
Yes.
wax paper and like burning the edges
Yeah.
and writing on it and
I
stuff.
used to do that in Photoshop.
That probably looked really good.
I tried to make everything look like, I don't know. That was just, I was a big Photoshop nerd. I was a tech nerd. You were a
Oh.
book nerd. I was a
Yeah.
tech nerd.
Yeah.
But wait, we're in the apartment. We're having gay sex with Chanel Ali. Great comedian. You have a special out. You also were on MTV Girl Code.
Yeah.
MTV's Girl Code. You do Sunday school all the
Yes,
time.
I'm around.
The real ones who are on the Patreon and watch the live stream of my show every week will recognize you because you're on it all the time.
Yeah. Sorry for the repeat jokes.
It does hurt your soul, doesn't
yeah,
it?
I
A little
recognize
bit.
certain people. I'm like, ugh, that girl with the pink hair is here again.
No, that's just a different girl every time. That's actually the same girl in different rows. It's different girls, same haircut.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're here. But actually, one of the way when we did Orlando together, because you
Mhm.
opened for me in Orlando, I learned that you have a pretty traumatic childhood.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the ways that you're queer coded, because you're straight, and
Yeah.
I'm just really sorry to everybody who's finding out right now.
Sorry.
Yeah, the
But
Hogwarts.
pretty straight, which you guys will determine later.
I do feel like we have a responsibility to all straight people who come onto the pod to determine exactly how gay they are.
We
'cause
bring
there
our
are-
spectrum to y'all.
Yeah.
Dude, when Casey came on, I was like, well, if you're straight, then I'm really straight because you are farther down the line than me, quite honestly.
Yeah. Casey Shermina, who had slept with women.
Mm.
Maddie has not. But that's such a... Oh my God, this is going to sound crazy, but I really think that physical encounters with women are not at all what make you gay.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it has a lot of depth, actually.
Yeah.
No, I actually do think that. I have friends too, because I'm like hard on myself with the imposter syndrome. Sorry, I'm just like leaning on your clothes.
No,
I
it's
have
not my
friends-
clothes. It's my girlfriend. She moved in. We got to get rid of all this
Oh.
stuff. Yeah.
But I do
Aw.
have friends who are like, oh, like I'm, like have a boyfriend and we're like probably gonna get married, but like I'm realizing now that I'm attracted to women, and I would never tell them like,
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm like, oh, actually, if you're figuring that out while you're in this relationship, it's probably
You're
a
gayer.
pretty strong pull.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually gayer for you to leave a commitment than for you to be gay because no one loves you. If no one loves you,
Yeah.
that's almost a reinforcement of the patriarchy where they're like, oh, you just can't get a man.
Just gotta find a partner.
Exactly.
Gotta have a party.
Yeah, exactly. But you have dramatic family life.
Yeah.
You identify with Harry Potter as an orphan.
Absolutely.
So you probably have a big chosen family kind of situation.
It's a group chat. It's called
And-
the Jerk Store. Because we're jerks.
Pick up a jerk at the jerk store.
That's right. Jerk Store. We check in. every
Wait,
day.
jerk store. Seinfeld?
I don't even remember. It's been so old. It was a joke from something that we did like decades ago. And now.
Yeah, I think Costanza. I'm sorry, my
I don't know.
Seinfeld nerd is showed. I think
I have
Costanza's
funny
eating
friends.
shrimp, and they're like, he's eating tons of shrimp cocktail at like a meeting where they have shrimp cocktail. God, this is so 90s because no office would ever just put out shrimp cocktail for a meeting.
Liability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
And he's eating them all. Seinfeld people write in. And then I think he goes like, oh, something about he makes fun of him. He's like, the shrimp store. And then Costanza goes, well, where do they get you? The jerk store? I feel like
Yeah. I feel like, honestly.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to
if
blow up your group chat.
No, I think when they see this, they're going to be pissed. Like, you don't remember where we got it from? They're going to be pissed.
Is it comics or is it like?
No, they're regulars. Civilians.
It's just civilians. Just people. Well, yeah, let's, I don't know, Maddie. We record, you know how many episodes? This is my 6th podcast of the week.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. So I'm really,
There's something on your leg.
potted out. What the fuck is
What
that?
is that?
It's orange.
Smush it down and see what
Is it like
the
Cheeto
texture.
dust? Are you eating Cheetos?
I don't have Cheetos in this house. It's a sprinkle from a Dunkin' Donut.
Oh wow.
Who
Alex-
brought Dunkin' Donuts?
Alex brought Dunkin'
Oh.
Donuts.
I was going to say, I didn't see one donut.
I'm sorry. I threw away the leftovers. I should have kept them for you guys today. I
Yeah.
didn't think to keep them.
Because you were like, this is going to tempt me.
Yeah, exactly. They should pick me up at the jerk store.
Exercise restraint.
But anyway, we're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with Chanel Ali. I'm Ashley Gavin. Thanks for being here. Copy the format. Cis gay, white woman, she, her pronouns. I don't know when this is coming out, but there's a lot of tour dates. AshleyGavin.com. I don't know. Well, let's just say Denver, Albany, Richmond, Virginia, Virginia Beach, all kinds of stuff going on. And then, as always, the hall monitor to keep me from getting canceled. I'm trying to think.
Whoopsie.
Okay, a little
Sorry,
too
you
much
said
fun.
that if you want. We can get that
No,
if you
no, no,
want.
I like that. I'm trying to find it. Did I do this one yet? Our little dweeby friend, but we haven't taken their glasses off, and underneath is actually a boy we all love. Maddie Wiener!
Hello, I'm Maddie Wiener. I'm queer. I use she, they pronouns. I'm bi. I'm a comic, and I'm on Instagram at Maddie T Wiener. All my like tour stuff and stand-up stuff and my other podcasts are all on there. Yeah. It's a good time.
Chanel, do you mind introducing yourself using that format, and we can help you with it if you've forgotten?
Yeah, I'll give it a dry run. Hey guys, I'm Chanel Ali. I'm a stand-up comedian. I use the she, her pronouns, but I fuck bitch any day. I hail from Philadelphia. You can follow me at Chanel Ali. That's Chanel like the perfume, Ali like Muhammad.
Great. Perfect. All right. Should we get into it? I have a bunch of things on my phone.
Yes.
Did you guys see the Barbie movie?
I still haven't seen
yet.
it.
You gotta go.
I've only
Barbie
seen
date.
Oppenheimer.
You got it.
So you made a
Gender
decision.
affirming?
binary,
You made
yeah.
a decision.
Yeah.
That's me coming out. Sorry, I did the science boy one.
I have notes about it on my laptop.
Yeah, but then I got there and I was like, Cillian Murphy is so hot.
Oh, right. We
so
talked
I didn't
about
really.
this. Yeah.
But no, I haven't seen Barbie
that
yet.
doesn't make you not a man. It makes you gay as a man. God, this is 101, Maddie. Come on. God, piece of shit.
Did you see Barbie
I saw Barbie.
last night?
I saw it 2 nights ago. Yeah.
What'd you think?
Jen and I are trying to be more active with our little dates
Yeah.
because we were so active on vacation doing
Mhm.
different things every day. We were like, we live in New York City.
Yeah.
Why don't we do things every day? Even if we don't think we might like them, why not? Why not just go give it a shot? We gave it a shot when we were on vacation,
Mhm.
you know?
Kept yourself busy.
Yes, exactly. So we went to the movies. We went to a little rooftop spot yesterday. That was really fun. I love her.
That's so cute.
She's the really, it's nice to be in a nice relationship because no matter what's falling apart around you, you have that.
That's cool.
Oh, are you laughing because you think I'm thinking of something specific? I'm speaking in generalities.
Yeah, I'm sure you're just reflecting on your whole life.
Nothing in particular.
Yeah.
But it is true that like it kind of nothing else seems more important when you're like in love with someone. You're like, it's all tangential.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you lose all the money and you're like, that would have been helpful.
That'll get you every
Wait, what were you
time.
gonna say about Barbie though?
Oh, I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
But I was curious because the narrative is so much about women. And they are inclusive. They are inclusive. There's I think it's whatever feels like it applies to you, honestly. And I was just curious how it resonated with you as someone who's not fully woman.
You know what's okay? I haven't seen the
I
movie.
meant that in a funny way, and you were like,
She was
yeah.
like,
That's beautiful, and
Not
thank you so
fully
much for asking.
I'm like, what's the percentage?
You know what I was thinking about recently? Okay, because I haven't seen Barbie, but I do think this like applies to what you're saying. Is like, and I don't know if the phrasing of this is like, I don't know, problematic, blah blah blah. But I'm like, this is just how I phrase it in my head to make sense to myself. I'm like, if gender and sex are different things, gender, I'm fucking around and figuring it out. But sex-wise, I really am comfortable with womanhood.
Yeah.
And feel like an attachment to womanhood. And I don't know if that is like a bad way to phrase that, but it's
No,
like
it's not a bad-
gender-wise, I feel queer, but sex-wise, I feel like a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm like great with, like, I love that.
Yeah, I don't think
Right.
they're like mutually exclusive.
Exactly. I think the only thing that people would critique about that phrasing, and I'm literally only saying this because I'm thinking about you being like, oh, is that problematic? I think it's the attachment of the genitals to the phrase woman, whereas biologically female might be a more technically correct whatever, you know, like
I guess the only reason I use the word, because I would never, I get that, because I'm like, I don't want to be like,
your body,
I don't want
you
to
feel good
I don't
in
wanna,
your body.
Yeah, and I don't want to link those things for other people. Like, that doesn't have to be linked to womanhood, but for me,
For you
it is
feel,
what
yeah.
links me to womanhood, because it is what links me to people perceiving me and treating me as a woman, and links me to my experiences at.
Totally.
I hope I'm not saying that wrong, because I really would never
Man
be like they're
titties,
inextreme.
man treat you like woman.
Yes, they open the door.
Yeah.
Titties open the door.
Titties open door.
But yeah, not just they open doors.
We're
They
simplifying.
actually do
Yes.
open doors.
Yeah, push door. Sometime.
But yeah, I
Depending
don't
on
mean
the
that
door.
in a turfy way, but I mean that in
No,
a like,
no, of course.
I'm trying to find the ways that I'm like, okay, genderqueer and also a connection to womanhood, and those can like exist at the same time.
Yeah.
So I
Totally.
bet if I saw Barbie, I would be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We can love Harry Potter and hate J.K. Rowling.
At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to say.
We
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah. One of my favorite bits is like, don't worry, I'm not transphobic. I hate Harry Potter, but I love J.K. Rowling.
Me too. It was one of my favorite bits.
It's just so funny for her because it's like, know where your bread is buttered, bitch. Like,
Read the room.
That is
oh, yeah,
so
you think
funny.
Hufflepuffs are cis guys? Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah.
I have a question for Chanel.
Yeah.
You said you went to both the Universal Hogwartses.
Yeah.
Or I guess, which one is the better, Orlando or
In any
LA?
other scenario, I would hate to answer this, but you got to give it up to Florida. On this one, they hit the nail on the head with that. I was like, we are not in Florida, baby. We are in a magical land. Let's get on a bus. It's going to float. It was amazing. It was great. They had way more treats. Like, you could do this thing with a wand and you could make stuff happen in the park around you. It was just amazing.
Oh, I'd lose
It was
my
so
mind.
immersive.
You could make things happen in
Yeah.
the park around you.
If you bought a specific wand, there were certain spots where you would go and like you could tap on a window and somebody would pop up and be like, "Oh, I'm doing magic for you," you know.
That's
But yeah,
so cool.
that's
It was
so
really cool.
cool.
It was wildly expensive, but it was really cool. It was really cool. I was like, I'm just gonna watch a kid do it and feel it.
Oh,
I'm not gonna buy one of these.
dude,
wands.
it sounds so fun.
No, next time I will. Next time I will.
I was it's funny how with Florida, how that's the one thing that they do really well. I've never really thought about it this way,
Is
but maybe
Harry Potter?
Florida's so awful and that's why their theme parks are so good.
Absolutely.
Because they're just imagining an alternate universe. And they're like, I guess we can't fund the schools. We
Yeah.
better fund this park.
they're already in a vacation climate and they're
Yeah.
like still pretty unhappy. Let's make a roller coaster. Roller coaster, yeah.
Yeah,
Roller
is that a
coaster.
bit? That feels like a bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Put it in your notes.
Florida's
Yeah.
economy is places where you can pretend you're not in Florida. Like,
It's their biggest pull.
That's really funny.
dude, I used to have
Gotta
the
write that
time
down.
turner that
Yes,
Hermione
me
has.
too. And
Oh.
it broke. I
Wait,
still
have we
it.
talked about this? I feel like maybe
No.
we talked about this at one point.
No.
Dude, I don't know where mine is.
Mine broke. The chain broke. I'm
Maybe
gonna
it
get
went back
fixed
in
one
time.
day.
Damn.
I feel like I do that trying to make it to spots.
Nice.
I'm like, I'm on my Hermione shit tonight, trying to make it to spots. I'm turning time in New York City so I can make it to that spot at 8:40. I feel like that.
Wait, that's so funny.
I
dude.
feel like that all the time.
That's so funny.
Because people will be like, "How did you just get here? I just saw you at I just saw you at the stand." I'm like, "Oh, you don't even want to know. It's magic, baby."
I'm so glad this is a safe space to be a Harry Potter because you have to
We don't know
suppress
that
it to
yet.
be like.
We're gonna find out.
What are you looking up?
But no, I don't mean in a J.K. Rowling way. I mean just in a like. I feel like I'm not even gonna try to not be cringe. I love it so much.
Me too.
Like when I get married and they're like wedding dress, I'm gonna be like, do you remember the Yule Ball when she comes down the stairs in the pink?
Oh, I remember the Yule Ball. Let me tell you, this is one of my gay, when I should have known that I was gay,
Oh man.
with the Yule Ball.
Oh, when you were a kid watching it and
Yeah, because
reading it or watching it?
I was in 8th grade. Watching it.
Sorry.
Can you imagine? Write in if this is you. If I were reading a book, it would have to be so graphic for me to get turned on and to know that I was gay. Whereas just Emma Watson walking down in the dress, I know that I'm gay. Like
Because they were not grinding at this ball. They were keeping it above the waist.
It wasn't even that. It was just watching her go down the stairs. I was like, that is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I'm in love with her.
Wow.
Yeah, like and Emma Watson now, I'm so in love with Emma Watson.
I love Emma Watson.
She she has a perfume with Prada, and I was like, I want the Prada Emma Watson perfume. It doesn't smell good. I tried so hard to like it. It doesn't smell
Maybe
good.
that's part of the appeal. Maybe she's doing like a feminist thing by having a perfume bomb. She's like, I want the worst fragrance.
Women don't have to smell good for you.
This is our new thing.
But yeah, that was huge for me.
Can I ask one more Harry Potter question?
Of course. Ask 2 more.
Did you have a Harry Potter crush when you were watching the movies as a kid?
I don't think watching the movies, but reading the books, I thought Neville Longbottom was gonna get his shit together. I was like, this guy's a little scary, but there's something good under there.
You were rooting for him.
Yeah,
to have
and
a glow up.
also I was kind of like, yeah, I think maybe he would go for the black girl. Yeah, probably, for sure.
Wait, he
Reading
ends up
Harry
with
Potter.
I was like, Neville would be like, oh, I like 2-pack.
An all-white universe. You as like maybe kind of like a nerdy black kid.
Because I never could find myself in any of the characters.
Yeah.
So I was always like, well, who would I fuck?
Because there's no representation. Representation to you is the hypothetical question of whether or not one of these white kids would date a black girl.
Absolutely.
That's really sad and very funny.
And accurate. And accurate. Let's write
I want to
Neville
know
right
what
now.
the signs are in a Harry Potter type universe that you're reading into.
I think he was like taller than the other boys for a while. And also he was like very shy, but then came into his own, really stood up to everybody in this way where he was like, yeah, I like being quiet. Let me. And I was
Yeah.
swoon.
Yeah.
He kind of in the end was the coolest.
Yeah,
guy.
he was
And then
badass.
him and Luna Lovegood, right?
I don't remember.
I think that's who ends
Yes?
up together.
Are
Yes.
we? Oh.
I marathoned
okay.
all the Harry Potter movies last time I had COVID. So.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say last
Dude,
night.
that's the best couple in the whole thing. I was like, oh, I want to be Hermione Granger. And it's like, no, dude, I'm Luna. I'm the
Lots of
weird girl
people-
with the carrot earrings or whatever the fuck.
Lots of people hated Hermione, even
I
in the
don't
book.
remember who Luna Lovegood is.
She's the really
like
weird
out
one.
here one who was like, you don't see the dead people?
Oh yeah, I'm confusing her with my gendering has been really off lately.
I don't think anyone's going to get mad at you
It's
for
not-
actually using he, him pronouns for Luna Lovegood.
No, I know. But not even with non-binary people or like trans people, with cis people. I've been misgendering them like constantly. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on.
It would be funny if the Lovegood fans really took you out.
Misgendering a cis throwing you a layup
They're
and you're
like,
just
"How
missing.
dare you!"
actually-
too far.
I actually think misgendering a JK Rowling character is one of the turf, like it's gonna make the turfs mad. People are gonna come in and
If
be
the
like,
turfs
"Really?"
have listened this far, you're lying to yourself. If you're listening to this podcast, you're trans.
Back to the drawing board.
Listener, are you listening listening to our Patreon exclusive You're Having Gay Sex? Well, here's a sneak peek of what you missed last week.
I started making out with one of the guys in the group we met. I come up for air and decide it's time for another drink. We were going at it. I tell him I'll be right back and head to the bar. When I lock eyes with this woman, she was a complete smoke show. I put my arm around her waist and we started making out.
Hell yeah.
At some point, I saw the guy I had previously been locking lips with look over to see where I went, and I can only assume he understood and perhaps even respected my disappearance once he got a good look at her.
Clear upgrade.
There are 4 bonus episodes a month of this series, You're Having Gay Sex, on our Patreon at the $10 tier and then 2 at the $5 tier. Patreon.com/WHGS. Listener, one of the best ways to support this podcast is to come see me live, okay? It's a really great way to just support the whole team and everything that we do here. So get on my text list or my email list. It's international, both of them. AshleyGavin.com. Go sign up, and I'll literally text you when I'm in your area. So you don't have to hear all these plugs. You can skip right by them. Don't even worry about your city. Just get on one of those 2 things, and I will let you know, okay? Because there's a lot of cities coming, and I just remaking this announcement over and over again. We all think it's annoying. You do. I do. Get on the text list, you piece of shit. Okay, so for those of you who know, I've hooked up with a couple moms, okay? So
A couple.
Not a lot.
A handful.
A handful of moms.
A gang of them.
It's sort of
A PTA meeting of moms.
so much better. I was going to go a militia of moms. But PTA meeting of moms. That's perfect. That's honestly what a classic joke to have a group of something and name the group. Like a Pride of Lions.
It's so
and
good.
A PTA meeting of moms.
It's so good.
And it's such a classic, easy formula to get a laugh on.
We love jokes
Sorry,
over here.
undercut what I just did.
No, we love jokes over
I'm
here.
kidding. You know
really
what's so
love
great about
it.
that? It's so classic and it's been done so many times. Anyway, so
It's so cool. You say it like we've heard it.
No, I meant that genuinely as a comedian. It's like if you're looking for if you need a little pick-me-up in the middle of the joke, you can always do that. Whatever. So
Noted. Put it in the notes.
yeah, add that to your Substack notes, okay? But
Believe me, for the goddamn Substack.
I've hooked up with a couple moms. I had a really beautiful arc with a wonderful Brazilian MILF. She's in the Bay Area. I'm going to the Bay Area very soon. I might hit her up, especially because my girlfriend's going to LA for a few weeks, so I need to have sex with people. I like having sex with her.
Oh no. You're supposed to coach.
I'm in an open relationship.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's happening? What is happening?
And you've met my girlfriend. You know how wonderful she is.
She is great, yeah.
Yeah, and so for me to openly be on a podcast, being
Yeah.
like, I gotta cheat on my
I was
girlfriend.
like, the Patreon is spicy. This is amazing.
No, never in a million years. Yeah, so, kind of into moms. And I had just to recap, I had an experience with a mom where during the sexual experience, I was feeling like I wanted to call her mommy.
I knew it.
Oh.
Have you done that before?
No, the most that came out was, I feel like I'd like to call you mommy. And that was as far as I could go.
But how would you spell it if you were going to say it?
Well, I think I have to spell it the white way or it's problematic.
Oh.
Because neither one of us.
Hey, well, I've been called mommy. Ashley's lip quivers.
Are you fucking serious?
What?
Yeah.
You've been called mommy and you decided not to share that experience on the podcast?
Yeah.
Are you even tapped into what you have?
No, yeah, I've been called mommy. And I was like, yeah.
And this guy kept calling you mommy?
Yeah,
Or
he
were
was like,
you nursing him and it was appropriate?
he like asked if he could, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, I don't hate that. Yeah, it's like kind of hot.
Yeah. You should claim him on
Maddie,
your taxes.
you're over here being like,
chill.
let me talk
She's being
about
chill about it.
let me talk about my gender and lifting weights, and you have a mommy story under your belt.
Well,
do
there's
you,
just
do you
not,
understand the purpose of this podcast?
but it was a straight encounter.
That doesn't.
No, I haven't even. Well, actually, okay.
Pretty
Well,
gay.
I just wish there was more story to it, but he was like,
Then you go home and you think about it, Maddie. You're a writer. You think about, why? How did this make me feel? What was I thinking in the
Okay,
moment?
well, I'll
Why
flesh
do I
it out.
stop twirling your hair? You
I
piece of
didn't
shit.
mind being called mommy.
And did you think he was the type of guy that would do that? Yeah. What does that mean?
That didn't surprise me.
What is that? Did you
What's that?
I mean, love this guy. He's great. But that didn't, I don't think he's even private about the fact that that's who he is.
Yeah.
Loves moms.
It's got bottles
he's
everywhere.
You know what I mean? You can read it.
Pacifiers.
Yeah.
Little baby crib. He sleeps in a little baby. Were you?
Okay,
was
we
it a
weren't
boy?
doing like that far.
No
kink shit.
playlist, just humidifier.
No, but it was more of like a mommy dom thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And like,
This was more of a
love that.
nurturing mommy,
Okay.
which in a way is kind of mommy dumb. It's like
They-
the lowest level
Yes, they
of
have
mommy
to be.
dom.
They're tied in together a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, and then I was thinking, Jen and I talk about when we're going to engage, when we're going to get married, kids, stuff like that, because we're doing the whole thing.
I thought you meant engage sexually. We decide when we are going to engage weekly.
We have a schedule.
And then I was like, oh my God, you're going to be like pregnant one day. That's crazy. And then I was like thinking about her pregnant, and I was like, oh no.
Mommy?
Kind of might have a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I found it very attractive.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I find this attractive thinking about this because I love her and it's like a representation of our future and our family and I find that attractive? Or do I have a thing?
I feel like it's probably both.
And here's the question. If you have a thing, and this is sort of a nurture versus nature kind of question. If you have a thing, maybe something a little kinkier or abnormal, not that, I don't want to say abnormal, unusual, not in the mainstream sexually.
Pussy divergent.
That's great. If you have a pussy divergent thing, is that thing innate within you? And it's for you to discover that it's there? Oh, Alex is shaking his head. Or is that thing nurtured and created by your involvement in the thing?
Probably both.
Probably both.
I think probably both.
Maybe
Well-
some one way, some another, because I was thinking about this. I've never sought this out.
Mm.
I've never gone looking for it on the internet. I have not seen a pregnant woman in person and thought, oh man, I'm so attracted to her. This was purely, I think that idea, like having pregnancy sex with Jen would be hot. I'm excited to do that one day. I'm excited to talk about it on the pod. It's great content.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to watch it.
I forgot to say, I send sex tapes to Chanel.
Yeah.
I send all the sex
I
that
knew
I
I
have
wasn't
to-
your
Yeah.
best friend.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is
What-
not.
but
I wanna
she
hear your-
still mutes them. She's like, you get too excited.
It's like a boomerang of my sex.
Yeah.
She puts tracks of her own stand up.
Yeah, I just play.
I love J.K. Rowling.
And you're like, oh, actually, that was the real audio.
I was curious your guys' takes, and Alex, if you want to chime in at the end because you seem to have an opinion. Is it nurture or nature when it comes to sexual stuff that might be beyond the most vanilla?
I think a lot of it comes from confidence to explore. Like just some people just they're built into this structure that you got to just do what you've been taught. And that's just what it is. But then if you have a little confidence to explore and a little safety to explore, then it's a rainbow, right? We get crazy out there. Is that a good answer?
No, it's a
I
great
agree.
answer.
'Cause it's also like
I didn't mean to make it so formal.
No,
I was
I was
posing it as food for thought amongst us.
well, and like to what you said about like when it's someone you're like intimate with, there's so many things that I'm like attracted to because I'm like, this would be fun to do with this person.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not like, please, stranger, do this to me. Like, Yeah, it's like very much about like exploring it
Stranger.
with another person.
Please, stranger, get pregnant so I can fuck you.
Intimacy me. Intimacy me.
Exactly.
Intimacy me.
It's intimate. That's my
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
thing. That's
Yeah,
my
me
biggest
too.
kink.
Me too.
Oh, really?
I have told someone before, like, hey, that was cool that we had sex, but I'm actually looking for intimacy. And that's the only reason I don't want to hook up with you again. Not because it was bad. It was good. It was okay.
But you
But I
didn't
want
whisper secrets
intimacy.
in my ear.
You didn't even ask me about my dad. And you know how I feel about him. So it's like,
yeah.
how are we? We're hugging, but we're just touching each other? No, I want to feel embraced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
I
a great
totally
way to
agree.
put it.
And to what you're going through right now, it doesn't have to be that you two know each other that well
Yeah.
to
Somebody saw me.
create intimacy.
You just have to be
Whoa,
open.
wait, my mind is expanding.
Nobody saw me bite your finger.
Because what?
I tried to bite your finger.
No
I
way, no
I
way.
couldn't let that fall into the void. You went like this, and I went. And
You
nobody saw it.
Yoshi'd my. You tried to Yoshi my. You don't get the reference.
Does Yoshi? Is that the noise he makes?
Yeah.
No, more
Oh.
crisp. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to grab something in the air.
I will not be putting my finger in your mouth. But
If you go on the Patreon.
if you go on Patreon, thank you. No, what I was gonna say was because you're like a little bit like me, where you want to form this connection with a person before you have sex with them. Sometimes intimacy is actually the most hot with someone you don't know that well.
Yeah.
Because the weight of the intimacy is crazy that you're with this person who doesn't know you and you can share something with them.
Oh,
And you
wow.
can start at a level that we're not building to. We already are open, and now we can actually build a connection on top of that. Like I think that's like the best
Yeah.
hookup ever.
That's
Just
so
putting that out
interesting.
there for you. Next time you're hooking up with someone and you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I can have a one night stand, tell them your greatest fear. See how you.
but I want to hear his opinion.
Oh, yeah, Alex, because you seem to have a strong opinion on it.
I think it's all nurture. I think you're watching TV, you're forming brain connections. You know, you're just sitting there minding your own business. There's a ad comes on for boots. And a brain synapse fires, snaps, and
this
next thing you
personal,
know,
Alex?
you're 22 and you're coming on Doc Martens.
And that's how you turn gay. That's how you turn into a lesbian.
You know,
But by
and same
the
thing with intimacy. Maybe you guys something intimate happens and the brain synapse fires, and you're like, "This is cool."
Wait.
So maybe years from now, all the babies that right now
That was
they'll
excellent, Alex.
grow up and they'll be more gay because of Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel?
Yeah, she's like the popular baby lady.
Oh, okay.
You'll learn about this once you have a baby and you need to keep it busy.
Miss Rachel. Yeah, I really don't know much about little kids.
Okay,
Most of my
word.
work with children has been like 8 to high school and even college. But now that I'm thinking about this, maybe I love intimacy because I never had it.
Until what date?
I hear what you're saying, but
Give
then
me
I
a
also
time frame.
this is not a totally original thought on my part, but like with like when when you're talking about being pregnant, people are like, oh, it's like a breeding kink. Is that what it's called?
It's so not a breeding kink for me.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I mean
She's
like
gonna clear her browser
but just
history.
the hotness of like, oh, my partner's pregnant. And like, I've seen this on Twitter. Like, this is not my thought, but like, people are like, oh, that's crazy. And it's like, that's literally set. Like, of course that's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's
We're
actually really
we're like,
funny.
why
that-
do I like intimacy and getting pregnant? Because we're human beings. It's the most normal, easy.
Yes,
It's in our
actually,
DNA,
on a
yeah.
level, it shouldn't even be a kink. It's just what happens when you don't use a condom.
Yeah.
It is what sex is for at its most basic level. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're straight, it's so much weirder to be like, I'm only fucking you because it feels good. That's weird.
Bro,
that's a kink.
That's another bit.
But I don't think I came up with that.
Oh, really?
I think that's like been in the ether of.
Oh, okay.
But it is.
But my Florida
really
bit's
funny.
still a bit, right?
I think that's really funny.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
great.
That's yours.
Okay, cool. But
But I was
anyway,
like, I had to bring that up because I was like, I think the point
Let's
stands
sip
that
our
we're like,
coffee together. Cheers.
I don't drink coffee.
for real, you're off it, or were you ever on it?
No, I never really drank it.
oh, bro, I didn't drink it till I was like 28. You should drink it.
Oh.
I
No,
stopped for a while.
seriously.
Yeah, you know
'cause-
what? You guys seem pretty chill.
Yeah, no. it's actually crazy how much it'll help your morning.
Mm.
And it's not even really bad for you. It's really not. They've
Is
done
that-
so many
do you
studies on
agree?
this.
It's
think
not really
so.
bad.
Yeah, it's not really bad for you.
Well, it's a scientific study, so
It-
It does.
As
It
long
helps
as
me wake
you're-
up and go to the gym. I'll like chug a cold brew and go to the gym, and it's like
I feel
That's
like
good.
because I never drank coffee or stuff like that, whenever I have a little bit of caffeine, I'm like, I'm gonna.
Are you an introvert?
I can be. Yeah. More introverted.
Try
than
an afternoon coffee.
afternoon coffee.
I
Or
started
a
now,
matcha.
Yeah.
and with late spots, it's like I'll have like a cold brew in the morning and then a cappuccino at like 11 p.m.
I really just drink. I've gotten my coffee.
Iced
Alex
coffee.
is laughing at me.
That's actually okay. A lot of people do that. No. Yeah, of course.
Well, because then if you're like, okay, my last spot's at like 1:30
Totally.
a.m.
Yes, of course.
You know, a boost.
This is about as much as I'll drink in a day. I shouldn't even have this size cup. I've been weaning down because I don't know, like you don't want to spend the money
Oh,
and
yeah.
you don't want to waste the plastic. I'm
Oh.
actually thinking about becoming
A cup lady?
an espresso bitch and getting a machine in here.
Ooh.
It's gonna get loud.
Although one of my favorite things about coffee is that it forces me
Oh,
to.
we're going crazy.
Oh, you're getting like a full cafe, like industrial.
I don't even know what they be doing.
I don't even need it. It's just an espresso with the pods, and I'm like clanging. I just bring out a spoon against it, clink, clink, clink.
Starts sewing her own pods.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, I was gonna say the ones that are in cafes. Like if you get like a real like
I'm
for
getting
work coffee machine, they can be like $20,000.
no, they're crazy expensive. I found the cheapest non-pod one that was recommended as your starter espresso thing, and it would be for everybody. Everyone who came in here could have the espresso.
Well,
Alex,
I'll
you
come
can have
back.
the espresso.
saying that publicly, so it's a tax write-off.
This
It's
is
for
for
the
work.
office.
This is for work.
Shh. Listener, maybe you're dating someone incredible right now and the holidays are coming up. What do you get for someone who already has everything? Well, let me ask you this. Do they still wipe their butt? I'm sure they do. And the reason I love the Hello Tushy bidet is because it makes my butt wiping more sustainable, no toilet paper, and it leaves me feeling cleaner. You and whoever you're buying your Hello Tushy bidet for is going to feel fresh as a daisy. And don't just take my word for it. They have over 100,000 five-star reviews. And it cuts down on your TP use by 80%. It attaches to your existing toilet, and there's no electrician or plumber needed. And it installs in less than 8 minutes. Queers, even I did it. And I can't do jack shit around the house. I'm a city gay. Shop from your toilet this Brown Friday and save up to 30% off bidets and bundles. Visit hellotushy.com/WHGS and use promo code WHGS for 30% off your first order. That's hellotushy.com/WHGS for 30% off now through November 25th. Go get on it, listener. Chanel, did you have gay sex this week?
Nah,
Okay.
I didn't. But
All right, so mine. Okay.
but I played a spicy truth or dare in college, and I touched a vagina. Yeah.
Wow, that is a very spicy truth or dare.
Very
Wait, the way you said
spicy.
that made me picture it like you didn't kiss her or boot. It was just straight
No, we
hand to
kissed
vagina.
a little, and then I was kind of like, I'm gonna try DJing.
You haven't heard that?
No, that's so funny.
I was like, I know the motion. And then I remember she was like, oh, Chanel. And I was
Wait.
like, say my name, say my name.
Wait, time out. It's actually really funny that we call the motion to get a woman off DJing when that is the last guy you should expect to give you an orgasm.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You're like, man, that white guy with dreads is really doing a good job. We
He's
should call
probably-
fingering that.
He's probably terrible in the bed.
Yeah. That's so crazy. Wait, I want to hear more about this story. Set the scene for us.
Oh man, we're it's a college party, but it's kind of intimate. Only like 12 of us, and we're all playing truth or dare, like spin the bottle combination. Everybody's just horny, you know.
Right,
Everybody's horny.
And socially not great. So you're
Yes.
using this as an opportunity
And
for
really,
intimacy.
we were like a circle of friends that had just kind of found each other. We were like just feeling safe in a really dope apartment. You know, we had a little bit of weed. You know, we're just hanging out. We're having a good time. And so then I think somebody dared her to kiss me. And so she kissed me and then like pulled me into a room. And I was like, I'm not no bitch. You know, I'm going to fucking touch it at least. I'm going to get down there and see what's
so
up.
you weren't dared to touch a vagina?
No, we were just dared to kiss. And then we were
And
like,
you did extra credit.
hell yeah, hell yeah. I was like, you're not going to leave this room and tell people I just, you know, necked with you.
Yeah.
I was worried about my reputation also. But also, I was just kind of open.
Can you imagine being worried about your reputation in the straight way? I'm worried that people out there think that I'm straight. That's so advanced of you to think that way. Maybe today in San Francisco, sure.
Wait, no, I thought you were saying you're not going to talk about the vagina because you want people to still be like, oh, she's straight. That was just a goof.
No, I was saying like, I don't want her.
You're projecting.
I was saying, no, I don't want her to come out of the room and be like, yeah, Chanel barely touched me. It was like nothing. I wanted her to come out of the room and be like, I came. I did it. Chanel's amazing. Whoever wants, whatever. She might be down. Try it out. So I wanted her to like, you know, talk some good shit if she's gonna talk shit.
Maybe we need to get you into a truth or dare situation.
Hell yes. Would you do a dare though?
Don't act like you would.
Well, like I'm giving off the
Pause.
vibe that I would be like,
You're-
never mind truth.
You're turning red.
Yeah, you
Pause.
are.
Also, if someone else got dared to touch Maddie's vagina, Maddie would spend, I'm really roasting you. I'm so sorry. Maddie would spend maybe 15 minutes making sure there was consent.
Yeah, absolutely. She'd pull out a digital. You can sign on my phone.
That's not to shit on consent, but if the person accepts the dare, the consent is there, right? But then Maddie,
Doesn't matter how many piercings I get. I got the nerd vibes are coming out. There's no hiding it.
Maddie's like, I know you spun the
That's
bottle.
not to say that I wouldn't do the same thing. If someone dared someone else to finger me, I'd be like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? But you'd do that however many times your OCD dictated. And it would be many, many times.
I was gonna ask, stop me if this is too personal, but like, okay, wow, me living up to the roast. But
Stop me if I say anything you don't like.
but were you like turned on?
Yeah,
that was gonna be my
absolutely.
question.
Absolutely
You were.
Were you
turned,
turned on
on
by her or by her being turned on by you or both?
Well, I think it was
Or
my
the
first
idea
time.
that it was truth and dare and there are people out there being
No.
like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen.
But it was my first time kissing another woman, and I remember thinking, like, this is nice. Oh, this is okay. You know, I don't know if I thought maybe the tongue would be bisected or would grab my tongue and lock on. I didn't really know, you know? So I was like, oh, this is nice. And I felt like she was into me, and that just felt like, you know, nice to have
It's
some
always
reciprocation.
great
Yeah.
when someone's into you.
Mm-hmm.
And very confusing if you're trying to figure out your sexuality.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that in comedy, I get hit on by women all the time, and they're just much more aggressive about it. So I don't ever feel.
Wait, really?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll
like
be
audience members after shows?
Mhm.
Audience members after a certain show
Yeah.
on the Lower East Side, maybe run.
No, actually, no. More on the road, I would say, because they think, oh, I know you got a hotel. They're smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always feel like, oh, you know, I just was used to dating men, and so I just dated men. And then I was open to women at a certain point where I was like, I'm going to change my hinge to women. I'm going to do it.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
I'm going to do it, and let's see, you know, let's see if I meet someone and we have some type of connection. And as soon as I changed it, a lot of lady comics DM'd me. And then I deleted the whole account.
You hilarious.
And
I
you
was
never
like,
went on a date with women.
We're done. Yeah.
That's all it took?
Yeah.
Female comedians?
I
female
immediately
comedians-
started dating men again right after that.
Wait, female comics saw your Hinge profile and were like,
Mhm.
oh, I didn't know you were gay. That
No,
kind of
they were
thing?
just like, I would love to take you out. Oh my God, I've been trying to like holler at you forever. And I was just like, girl, no, I'm not trying to date in the office. I'm definitely not trying to date.
Wow, was it me?
It wasn't you. And that's really why I'm here.
Finally, she asked me to be on
we
the
were
podcast.
in
I can reveal.
Orlando. We could have all went to Harry Potter world. You just
What kind of okay? Every time we have a straight female comic on, I'm like, oh, you're
This is
you're a
safe
gay
space.
female comic.
This is a safe space.
What? Okay, I
But I
have
would
several
also-
questions chronologically.
Wait, what were you?
But I also want to tell you that I have dated
there's
people
more.
who don't identify as cis men. You know,
Right,
I've dated
right.
someone before who was like, you know, I'm non-binary or I'm trans, and even I didn't know that when I first met them. I didn't know that. I was just like, I'm just into this person. I don't know what they are. I don't know what this is. Let's have a good time and see what it is, you know?
Yeah, that is for so many people. I think probably a little more challenging for men than for women, although that's not totally fair to say.
Yeah, but on the average.
But on the average,
yeah.
I think straight people can have a really hard time. Honestly, any monosexual person, because I'm going to apply this to myself as well, because I feel pretty monosexual
Yeah.
in that, to me, I'm attracted to femininity on a gender level, and I'm attracted to boobies and vaginas on like on a biological sex level. So,
Boobies, good.
boobies open doors.
Boobies, good.
Boobies good.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Alex, boobies good.
Oh, they're uniting the world.
But like, yeah, of course I would date anybody who fit into that category. You know what I mean? I don't care what their pronouns are. I don't
Also,
care
like
what they were
that-
assigned at birth.
That
Like, I don't-
intimacy thing that we were talking about. Like, I can have a conversation with someone if I feel a certain level of intimacy with them before I even know what they identify as. I'm like, oh, I feel
Yes,
something.
totally.
I feel something. It's not the first question I would ask somebody. Like, what are your, what are you? What's
Yeah.
going on with you? I'm just like, oh, I like our eye contact. I like this vibe between us, you know?
Yeah. And I will say, like, a lot of people, I've been challenged on this before, and a lot of people were like, what about a butch lesbian? You know what I mean? A butch cis lesbian. Well, for me, like, the fact that that this woman is butch is kind of like what can sometimes turn it off for me. It's more about the gender than the sex. It's very interesting. But the point is that you can date someone who challenges your pre-existing notions
Yeah.
of your sexuality, but you're saying it doesn't really challenge you. You're attracted to the person, you're attracted to the intimacy.
Yeah.
And I think that's great for some of our listeners at home to hear, because I know that maybe they're attracted to people who consider themselves to be, most of the time, traditionally cis, traditionally straight. You know what I mean?
And we know about, traditional relationships and how historically they don't really serve women as well as we'd like to.
Yeah.
So I think also as I grew and just became more knowledgeable about the world, I was like, you need to be open to any person that's going to be a good partner to you.
Yeah.
And I do think that at a certain age, especially for women, you start to think like that.
At a certain age, you get gay.
You get gay.
Yeah, eventually you just grow up, okay?
As soon as you hit the Jesus here. Gay.
But I think also, like, it's like you don't have to stress over labels. Like they're great for insofar as they help you find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I mean, I'm talking for myself, sitting in your room being like, wait, but then does this mean this? It doesn't matter. What matters is what you want to do right now with this person that you're with, and like, call whatever you want.
I've spent time really like looking up, define queer, define gay, define lesbian, and
You're gay. You're taking a
I was
BuzzFeed
just doing
quiz.
research.
No, research is the first step.
Yeah.
Research is the first step to gayness.
Oh yeah, the amount of am I non-binary quizzes I've taken.
Also, the amount of research that you've done.
I mean, well,
Just
this
not
is going
even
to
about
tie in
being
very. I think mine's going to be very interesting for you too.
So
but-
wait, you should. Sorry, I'm about to tell you what to do.
All right, here we go. Give
You
me
should
homework.
turn it back on your hinge.
Turn it back on. See what's out there.
Just based on what I'm hearing, like,
yeah,
yeah.
but maybe I need to get the premium.
the section where you can filter out
You know,
comics.
you would totally get hit on at Sunday school if you talked about this.
Yeah. Okay. Next time that'll be a bit I workshop up top.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Or are you like
yeah,
interested
I'm
in?
open to. I mean, I'm open to talking about anything, everything. I don't have no secrets.
But I mean, are you interested in
That felt like you have a huge secret.
No.
And that you're gay.
Let me get out the time turner. Dial it back. No, I'm 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to have a good partner, and I don't care about marriage. I don't care about weddings. I like to have a party, but yeah, I just want a good partner. So I'm open to whatever happens.
Bro, this is huge.
Is it?
The episode, can we say Chanel comes out on my podcast?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Chanel was like, yeah, make up whatever you want.
It's fine. As long as I get more DMs.
I think that'll help.
Hell yeah.
But wow, thank you for being so open and vulnerable.
Hell yeah. Thanks for providing such a safe space.
This is
with
more
all these cameras.
This is more of a
Oh, that rocks, dude. That's so funny.
this is more of a wait, shit, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Less of like a story and more of a revelation. And next time when you come back, you'll have a crazy story. I believe.
Yeah, probably.
It.
But I always felt like if and when I did come on this podcast, you guys would create a space that I could tell you whatever. I definitely
of course,
thought that,
we really try.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll be on like other podcasts about like sports. I'm like, yeah, so my Hinge profile, I switched it to women. They're like, what are you talking about?
That's one of my favorite parts of this podcast, though, is the kind of like ambiguity and like, does this make me this? And I don't know, but I like this, and like talking about the spaces in between things.
You know what's really cool about what we do here? We take a stance of ambiguity, and it makes us seem smart and kind. When in reality, we're just stupid.
I thought you were going to say reality, we're backed by a billionaire who wants everybody to be gay.
And her name is Ellen, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They asked me to take her place. Bottom Nation, if you're a real bottom, you've been listening from the beginning, and that means you know that I absolutely love my Helix mattress. They were my first partner, and we've been in it together for the long haul, just like a Helix mattress is. Yes, they've got a 10 to 15-year warranty. You're not going to need it. And if you're worried, they even have a 100-night trial for you to try out your new Helix. The thing I love most about Helix is they've got that sick sleep quiz. You can go over to their website and you can get a mattress that's customized just for you. They've got 20 different unique mattresses to pick from, so you're definitely going to find something that works for you. Whether you need a little extra love for your spine because you've got issues, maybe you sleep a little hot. Don't worry, my special little snowflake queer. They've got something for you. And don't just take my word for it. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired magazine, and it's even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners in honor of Black Friday. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex and use code HelixPartner25. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Maddie, did you have gay sex this week?
Well, it wasn't sex, but it was gay. Are you ready for what my research notes are about?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think so.
And Maddie, I have loved the way the last 2 episodes have felt together.
I'm okay. That
Are
makes me
you
really
enjoying
happy.
them?
I'm enjoying them a lot.
Alex, they've been good
Yay!
episodes, right?
They've been great episodes.
I gave Maddie a note, and Maddie takes a note better than anybody on the planet, you little dweeb.
Thank you.
If I come in with the red pen, you come back with a great research paper.
I know.
Never gay sex. This is adorable, and I'm taking a picture of it.
Of me on my laptop with my notes. Okay, wait. So, well, here's what happened. I read. I'm assuming you're familiar.
Okay.
I read the Lesbian Masterdoc.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Are you aware of the
What
Lesbian
is that?
Masterdoc?
You should read it because it gets into, I think one of the things in the Lesbian Masterdoc that is really, really important is the distinction talking about, what does Elena call this? Elena's like Elena is the premier source for this. Compet, thank you.
That's what was big for me.
Yeah.
So it's
Compet
basically
is that when you feel that someone desires you, you get turned on, but usually from the hetero side. So
Yeah.
you're confusing feeling attraction towards a man versus their attraction towards you, and that turns you on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
Attention whore.
and if I and like a proximity to power that can be mistaken for eroticism and like
Now that's the shit I like.
yeah.
Power.
But it's fascinating. But it's fascinating because it's like, well, you're told that men are kind of the ultimate stamp of approval. And so it's like, how attracted are you to men, or how much do you just want that ultimate? I reading it, I was like, okay, I'm not a lesbian. I think I'm definitely bisexual, but like I definitely have a real attraction and love like with men. That's not just compet for me. But I think even if you're straight, it's worth it to read the Lesbian Masterdoc because even, okay. no, because I think even if you're straight.
That's the most lesbian thing I've ever heard in my
so
entire
funny.
life. I'm not trying to make you a lesbian or anything. But if you consider yourself straight, maybe consider reading this master document. There's no gay agenda. But I do have
It is
this
just 30
document
pages.
How many pages?
for you.
30-page PDF.
That's a lot.
I think it has a table of contents.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can click through and then it has a too long didn't read. But
Who wrote this?
just some person, like a Tumblr user, I think.
Wait, why? Why have we not had her on the pod?
I don't even know who it is.
I never hear
I'll do some research.
And no one ever attributes this to anybody, and that's not fair.
I'll do some research and come back next episode and see what I can find. But
Wow, I love that you actually love that you have more homework to dodge.
I love it. This is a gender like theory course for me. It's so fun. Okay, but that I did actually mean what I was saying though, that if
You
you're
read
straight,
the full 30 pages?
I read the full 30 pages, had an existential crisis,
Mm.
and I do stand by though that even if you are straight, it's worth it to read it because I don't think anybody's even genuine straight desires are without the influence of compet.
Of course.
And so and then that becomes helpful to separate what's compet and like, you know, and like reenacting roles versus genuine organic intimacy in the moment. So I think it's useful for everybody.
Everyone's sex is going to be gayer if you learn about lesbian sex.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Because foreplay is the fucking shit. And people really, if you commit to fingering, if men committed to fingering the way that they committed to penetrative sex,
Mhm.
there would be so little penetrative sex.
And let the church say amen. You are speaking that shit.
Because it's like, not that it's not great. Penetrative sex, it can be really, really fun and pleasurable. But the reality
Speaking
is,
from what?
I don't know what I've heard.
Some other pamphlets, some other docs.
Rumors.
It's great.
The Patriarchy Master Doc.
It's shorter.
It's a 7-minute read. And then it falls asleep when you're done. It's crazy. I've never seen a book close itself and snore. Except in Harry Potter.
Except in Harry Potter. Except in Harry Potter.
Yeah, I do think that, I mean, maybe this is my own ego and my own tie to my identity as a lesbian. I just think that it would just be a totally different, sex would be so much better for people. No, I'm speaking from the fact that lesbians have the highest level of sexual satisfaction of any group of people having sex.
Yeah, and if I could translate, they be coming.
You don't need to translate to anybody.
Okay.
Everybody here is gay.
Okay, so y'all know.
No, it's true. So I just do think that, like, okay, so imagine that you're going to spend 15 to 20 minutes on penetration. I don't know who this is for. No one is here for this.
Hey, I'm doing 45, baby.
What?
The guy is doing 45. You're doing normal.
I'm like, how are you doing 45?
Yeah. It's the guy that has to last 45.
Yeah, and he's really doing all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Have you had straight sex?
Yeah, I'm not a virgin.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
I've
like,
had like
she's like
I was like,
45.
it's all starting to sound fantastical.
no. I've been in
No, you're-
like multiple straight relationships.
Yes, Maddie, we know. It's okay. I have. Okay. I'm sorry.
We just say virgin. I'm like, I'm fucking okay.
No, we know. We know you're fucking. We know you.
May I
got called-
recall the mommy
Yeah,
incident?
I was about to say the mommy incident.
True.
We know you're having great sex, but however long your average sex is, imagine that you took 3/4 of that and put it into fingering. That would change a lot for people.
Yeah,
It would,
yeah.
and you. I
But
think
they
you'd
also
have-
have to be good at it.
Yeah.
right.
Sometimes
They-
you skip it because you're like, you don't know what you're doing.
Right, but then for the women in this or the people involved as whatever, you have to be like, this is how you do it. Because lesbians are doing that for our partners. We're telling And I think that's one of the reasons maybe the sex is better because
The communication is so
it's
much better.
two women who are less judgmental of, you know what I mean? Women know when you say to a woman, hey, like I have this, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, me too, or oh yeah, I've heard about that, or whatever, and there's less judgment. Whereas you tell a man,
I've heard about that.
But like, when I don't know. If I asked a man to scissor me, he looks at me crazy.
but here's another thing.
What?
Straight women are scissoring their husbands.
Yeah, no.
What?
I prefer
That's
a
why
man.
she can only come on top.
I prefer a man who's down to scissor. I prefer a man who's down to be flexible.
Wait, who can only come on top?
Wait.
And who's doing this? What? Sorry, can we back up? What's
yeah.
happening?
She can only come on top because she's rubbing her clit against his pubic bone.
Who is she?
Who is
the
she?
woman, the straight woman.
Oh, in
who's
the
scissoring
scenario.
the man. That's
In the
scissoring.
scenario.
That's tribbing. That's friction.
Oh, this is
play.
like a theoretical faceless woman.
But no, but
yes,
sometimes
I have a
guys,
joke about this.
But sometimes
Oh,
a guy
wait.
can really like just separate himself so that you're still doing penetration, but you are also still kind of scissoring.
Yeah, he's simulating the
Both.
clitoris from some other, either some
Yeah.
part of his body, other part of his body.
Yeah, but also some guys like doing that.
I'm having
dry
trouble
humping is
picturing
a beautiful
this.
thing.
It's great. Humping's great.
Humping is wonderful.
It is. I'm having trouble picturing how
You're
you scissor.
gay.
Yeah, I know. I was like, if I say humping, she's gonna be done with it. If I say humping one time, she's gonna mark it on a calendar. This was the day.
The day Chanel came out on my
this
podcast.
was the day.
Bro, you're gay, dude.
I think that's
To
such a
ref-
compliment.
To refer to your own sex as scissoring,
Yeah.
straight sex as scissoring,
I mean, not
gay.
every sex, but
No, of
it's
course, of
in
course.
the repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely prefer a man who's comfortable being flexible.
I've never done this. This is blowing my mind.
Yep.
I'm still having trouble picturing how it works.
Anything where the clit is, I would say, rubbing up against something,
Yeah.
and that is the primary source for the orgasm or the simulation.
But he's
would call
also inside
tribbing.
of you while this is happening?
Of course. You can be inside. Like when I trib with Jen, I'm also penetrating her
With your hand.
with my hand. How is that any different? Her clit's getting rubbed.
I don't understand. Okay, a penis is in a vagina, but then your legs are like scissored.
If you, no. Take out, you have to remove the male gaze. Think about the Lesbian Masterdoc. Remove
Think
the
about your
male
homework.
gaze. Do it, Maddie. Focus.
Rip out my eyes. The
Break
male gaze
it.
is gone. There's no gaze.
There's
Break
no
it
gaze.
down.
It doesn't have to be interlocking. It doesn't have to be this. She's on top. He's inside of her. She's rubbing her clit on his pubic bone.
Oh, yeah, that's just sex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's sex.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking interlocked legs is why I was like very confused.
But that can happen
while
too.
a penis is inside of
Also,
you.
I would say, wow, why can a man get titty fucked and that's socially acceptable? But a woman can't rub her vulva on some part of his body.
I think you're thinking of a man titty fucking.
Yeah,
You said get titty fucked.
I did. I took the power back.
And I support any
I
man
was
doing
like,
that.
hell yeah, they out here
But I
doing
don't know.
that?
You were like, and it's socially acceptable. It's an uphill battle. If you're doing that, I salute you, but I know that's not an easy road.
We have to be over time. This is a fantastic episode. Where?
Can I read the 3 little notes I have?
Yes.
They're
Where
not
are we
even
at
really notes.
time-wise? Okay,
Oh,
let's just
wow, that
finish.
flew by. Okay. These were just 3 things that made me laugh out loud when I was
These are
reading the
3
Masterdoc.
things you didn't know about lesbian sex that will make you laugh out loud.
So this is, okay. Actually, I'm going to read them in the reverse order.
Incredible.
These are
Incredible
just-
episode.
a lot of the doc is like bullet points of like, if you do this, you might actually be gay. And this is, and these just made me laugh really hard. One,
Is your favorite color orange?
one was,
that's true though.
Halloween, yeah.
oh, I actually hate the color orange.
I don't know. I was like,
Wait,
is
because
that what you're
Halloween is
talking
gay?
about?
Halloween's
Halloween?
queer coded?
I don't know. Halloween is like strange. I don't know. You're just
Bro,
into Harry Potter.
You're gayer than I am.
Halloween is pretty gay. I don't
That's
know.
incredibly queer what you just
Oh,
said.
okay, thank you so much.
That's really
I really
funny.
complimented. I like this shit.
Okay, these really made me laugh though. One was your fantasies about men still somehow turn out to be a little gay. That resonated very deeply.
Hell yeah.
And then
I had that.
Really?
I had that when I was a kid because I didn't want to be gay, but I knew I wanted to be the one that bought the flowers. I saw myself as the person proposing. And I was like, I couldn't wrap my brain about how I would make those acceptable to a man. I couldn't wrap my brain around that. That's also patriarchy. Like, I don't want to say just because you want to be a dominant, quote unquote, dominant partner or whatever, that like you can't do those things to a man.
But it was like something natural that you wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. It is I would say you're more likely to be a lesbian than a masculine straight woman.
Counter argument. My whole goddamn life. Well, we'll see.
Well, but you're also a man.
I'm confusing myself.
Okay, keep going.
There's only two more. One
and I have
was
no data to prove that. People are going to get mad at me. I have no data to support what I just said.
No, but it's
I'm
funny.
just saying it is in the Lesbian Masterdoc, so go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The other one is just like rationalizations that you might have. I have, quote, I have some incredibly obscure made up sexuality where I only like men until they like me back. That is very funny. And this just made me laugh. And this is from the Lesbian Masterdoc. Confusing a strong emotional connection / dependency with a man for romantic feelings can be due to mental illness. I mean, I was cackling alone in my room reading that.
Yeah, and
but
you know
the
what?
Lesbian Masterdoc was
Flip
a great
side,
read.
that's true for any kind of connection. Like, it
was
doesn't
just
have
so
to be
funny to
gender,
be like,
it doesn't have to be, like mental illness can warp your attraction and
Feels
things
pretty
like
crazy.
that.
But
Yeah.
I really
Feels
do
pretty
think,
crazy.
regardless of whoever you are, reading the Lesbian Masterdoc for the compet breakdown and desire versus power and all that stuff is fascinating.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a worthwhile read for anybody, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
really
maybe
enjoyed
some
it.
Harry Potter if you feel like it.
Yeah.
But
and
steal it, don't buy it.
steal Harry Potter, sneak into Harry Potter land,
Mm-hmm.
all those things. Chanel, this was a phenomenal episode.
I had
It was
so much
insightful.
fun.
It was insightful.
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate your vulnerability.
Yes.
A lot was said.
This
and
is a
lot was
great
learned.
episode.
This was a phenomenal episode.
Yeah, I had so much fun.
Plug your stuff. Where can people keep? You know, I know you've got shows coming up, but how can people keep up with you, like when you go on tour and things like that? More lifelong commitment to your work. Because you're
Yes.
a great comedian.
Thank you so much. Well, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Chanel Ali, but also you can go to my website, chanelali.com. I have my tour schedule, clips to all of my work, my podcast, my Twitter.
I didn't realize you had a podcast.
Yeah, it's called A Girl's Guide. You can stream that where podcasts are streamed. And we just talk about tips and tools to handle your weed and liquor better, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's called A Girl's Guide, but it's not exclusively for girls. You can just sit at the girls' table.
That's very nice of you to let us be there. Why did I say it like that?
Gender bubbling up for Ashley. Wow, that was actually a Freudian slip.
It was a Freudian
That
slip.
was crazy.
But I said at the beginning of the episode, I was misgendering everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
How do I refer to my girlfriends? My girlfriend is bisexual and we're in an open relationship. And sometimes we talk about our hookups or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like, the phrase another man, I hate when now confirmation bias when I'm told when she's so fucking women, and I'm like, oh, another woman. I never get called out for that because that's grammatically correct. But when I say, oh, another man, because I'm referring to the guy, I think I have to be like another person, but it doesn't have that same ring to it as another man, another woman.
Yeah.
So I misgender myself on a regular basis. Anyway.
You are the man.
To be continued.
To be continued. Maddie, what are you plugging?
I'm on Instagram at Maddie T. Wiener. I have another podcast called Phone is in the Bag with my buddy Kenyon Adamczyk. Check those out.
And then AshleyGavin.com for tour dates. We cannot make this podcast without your donations. Patreon.com/WHGS. You can donate as little as $1. Is $1 a month worth it for you? Come on, you piece of shit. Tour dates. Thanks for listening, guys. Patreon.com/WHGS. Do you know how massive this team is? Do you know how much we need your dollar? If everyone donated a fucking $1, we'd be set. I would never do this again. Just give me $1. All I'm asking for is one fucking $1. Oh my God. Just give me $1. What is your problem? Honestly, what is your problem? Fuck you. Fuck you. No, fuck you. Stop it. Stop looking at me like that. Stop. Just give me $1. Okay, I liked that. That was fun. That was fun to do. And my gay thought this week Fuck, we recorded 2 of these in a row, and now I have to think of a goddamn gay thought. Alex, do you have anything?
This might be awful.
Okay, now I'm really invested.
Bushwick, the neighborhood. Bushwick is the.
So, listener, if you don't know about Bushwick, there's a lot of hair dye, and it's in Brooklyn.
Bushwick is the realm of bisexual bitches. It's the land of milk and honey, because the ladies want both that titty milk and that honey dick.
Yeah, I like it.
No, it's not good.
No, I like it. I like it. Everybody's fucking everybody. Everyone is bisexual. Bushwick represents a future utopia to the queers of the land. For the future, where the Gen Z kids want things to go, I think Bushwick is what they want. Yeah, fake socialism and great bars and bisexuality for all. Is that your dream of the future, listener? Listener, write in, what is your queer utopia for you? Where? Describe the climate. Describe the neighborhood. I want to know what your queer utopia is. Mine is, oh, I'm about to say something so gay, Alex. I have my queer utopia. I live in an appropriately sized apartment for my job and having my partner, my girlfriend, and we love each other. And I live in my favorite neighborhood in my favorite city in the world. And I get to expose a young man, a young straight man, to gay sex every week. Yeah. Okay. Thank you if you're a patron. I really appreciate you. You are what keeps this going.